Channel 5 News at this hour.
Good morning and thanks for tuning in to Channel 5 News Saturday morning. I'm Gabriela Garza. President Donald Trump is waking up to this morning to his 100th day in office. That milestone now being overshadowed by another attempted missile launch out of North Korea. ABC's Bob Woodruff has the latest.
Despite the growing pressure from both the U.S. and China, today another show of force. This time, a short to medium-range missile believed to be a new type, a KN-17, that broke up just minutes after launch. According to U.S. military officials, it exploded on North Korean soil. President Trump tweeted that the failed launch disrespected the wishes of China and it's highly respected.
The number of deportations under the Trump administration is lagging compared to those made in the Obama administration's last 2 years. According to ICE, more than 54,000 people have been removed so far during Trump's term. More than 62,000 people were deported during the same time last year, with almost 60,000 being removed in 2015. However, more immigrants in the U.S. illegally have been arrested under Trump. ICE arrested roughly 1/3 more people than in the previous year. This morning, a new program created through an executive order by President Trump is helping victims of crime carried out by someone in the country illegally. This past week, ICE launched its Victims of Immigration Crime Engagement Office, also known as VOICE. The program doesn't compensate victims financially, but instead keeps them informed of the alleged criminal status. We spoke to one farmer who is benefiting from the program. He tells us people cross his land to enter the U.S. illegally, damaging his property.
There I lost all my crop because they came in they were crossing and laying on the squash. They started running all over the place. So that took care of my crop for that year.
ICE requires victims know the identity of the suspect. The data collected by the agency focuses on the records of ICE arrests or removals, not on victims. Through Voice, ICE says they won't ask a victim for their immigration status. You can reach the program at 1-855-48-VOICE. Today, law enforcement officials across the valley are teaming up with the DEA to keep drugs off the streets. Channel 5 News spoke to a pharmacist who says although prescriptions can be helpful, they can be dangerous if they get in the wrong hands.
Keep these out of reach of children. And one thing that people don't probably overlook is actually cats and dogs also. You know, because you can definitely kill an infant, a child, or your pet if it gets into their paws, hands, etc.
To avoid the dangers of prescription medication, Harlingen Police and other Valley departments are collecting the drugs so they can be disposed of properly. The drop-off points will only be open today from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. throughout the Valley. Those locations are listed on our website, KRGB.com. If you're unable to make it to one of the drop-off locations, call your pharmacy to ask about proper disposal. Also today, Weslaco City leaders are holding the second clean sweep of the year for folks looking to toss a lot of garbage. Officials tell us they used to hold clean sweeps 5 or 6 years ago. They decided to bring them back to help prevent the problems illegal dumping can cause.
Heaven forbid we get a hurricane and then it's going to be clogged up and plugged up with this debris that's there that shouldn't be there to begin with, and then it's going to be a problem for everybody.
Volunteers will scour the streets west of Texas Boulevard to Republic Street, north from Business 83 to Los Doritos Street, clearing illegal dumping piles and alleyways. The city is also placing 3 trash collecting bins at Cavazos Park. Folks living in the area are invited to throw their garbage away legally. The city wants to remind you the only item that won't be accepted is Freon, which is usually found in refrigerators. This morning, Cameron County investigators are working to find the cause of an accidental shooting that left an 18-year-old in critical condition. The incident happened on the 2200 block of South Indiana Road near Brownsville Friday. Cameron County Sheriff Omar Lucio says the victim's friend, who is also 18, allegedly shot him in the chest with a handgun. Authorities say the teen tried rushing his friend to the hospital, getting into a minor crash on the way. An ambulance then took the victim to the hospital. The alleged shooter could face several charges. A Valley woman is warning others about a mobile application threat. Jessica Mata tells us she was threatened by someone on Facebook who said they had explicit photos of her. That person sent her a screenshot of everyone she was friends with on the social media site. After reporting and blocking the username, Mata would receive other messages under different usernames demanding $1,000.
And threatening that if I didn't send them money, they were going to expose these photos to all my family and friends on Facebook.
Mata says the messaging stopped when she warned the hackers she was making a report with the police. Now, if you receive a similar threat, there are places you can go online to report it. This is a Channel 5 News Extra. Channel 5's online media director, Malena Hernandez, says popular sites like Facebook have created a form to reporting threats involving intimate photos, videos, or messages.
So it's just your name, the person you're reporting, the URL to that person's profile, who the image is of, describing the issue a little further, and that way you could send that information directly to Facebook.
Hernandez says you can report threats to law enforcement and block people you don't know in the help section. She reminds everyone to never share a photo with someone who you wouldn't want shared with others. We'll take a look at today's headlines in just a minute, but first we go to forecaster Steven Sarabia for a quick look at the first 1-5 forecast. Steven, what can we expect this weekend?
Are around at this afternoon. Triple digits by 3 p.m. 101. So again, if you're doing anything outdoors, definitely going to want to dress light, as it's going to be a scorcher for the valley. Good news is tomorrow we are tracking a front. It's going to make things just a little bit cooler, but still going to be pretty warm, but not as hot as it will be this afternoon. So if you got any outdoor plans, just plan on that.
Wow, so definitely you're going to want to make sure to wear sunscreen, I'm pretty sure, right? It's
Yes.
definitely going to be a hot one today, but at least hopefully the breeze will kind of...
Yeah, it'll help make things feel just a little bit cooler outside.
Well, make sure to wear some sunscreen and protect yourself today. We want to thank you again for tuning in to Channel 5 News Saturday morning. We will see you later.